Hey folks, today is Friday, January 10th, 2025. As usual, my name is Jake Baldino, here to talk about all the video game news that has been going on this week. There's a lot of stuff, so let's just jump into the hottest story. It is another Assassin's Creed Shadows delay. Yep, that's right. You probably remember the game was slated to release last year in the year of our Lord 2024, which it's not crazy now that we're in 2025 already. But hey, yeah, it was supposed to release in 2024. Then it got delayed to February 2025. But now Ubisoft has announced that the game has been delayed once again, now releasing March 20th. 2025. So, couple of weeks jump, and yeah, their statement reads as follows. We believe a few additional weeks are needed to implement the feedback and ensure an even more ambitious and engaging day one experience. They very much double down on this statement, saying feedback from the audience. So, obviously this game has been plagued with issues and things since it was really kind of announced. For me personally, when I saw it at Summer Game Fest, I believe, or I saw it somewhere, it looked rough, really, honestly, just gameplay, visually, stuff like that. And recent gameplay stuff we've seen looks kind of rough. But thankfully, they did release a little snippet of parkour gameplay that does look a bit smoother. So it does seem like things are improving. But I do want to say, for some people that don't know out there, a jump of a couple of weeks, a delay of a couple of months cannot radically usually overhaul a game. Obviously, polish is important, and a lot of that time can be spent polishing and cleaning up the game, but you can't massively overhaul entire things. So I'm glad that they are being upfront and saying, hey, we're listening to feedback, we're going in, we're improving things, we want this to be the best game ever, obviously, of course, but I'm just curious to see how much is going to change, but also it's getting a little dicey, a little sweaty out there. We've talked in the past about Ubisoft's issues financially and everything, with them possibly looking for a buyout and not really having a big hit for a while. And now, of course, there's more recent stuff with them releasing more stuff about changing their strategies moving forward. But with Assassin's Creed Shadows, it seems like they're doubling down on really getting this thing right because they need a hit. A lot of, analyst speculation out there has been this is a big bet for them at this point. And it's tough because now think about it. It's releasing pretty close to the next Ghost of Tsushima game, Ghost of Tsushima 2. I forgot what it's called. Sorry. Ghost of Yote. So it's releasing, and then Ghost is just a couple of months later. So I'm not comparing, but it's hard when you're stacked up against what might be a more definitive Japanese game from that time period. Also, I know I'm getting a little rambly here, but if they do nail it, it can work out well. Because yes, there's been a lot of things that players have seen that they haven't been happy with, be it gameplay, story, whatever. But if they do get it right, people have been begging for an Assassin's Creed game in feudal Japan for years. I really hope they don't squander that potential now, but we're just gonna have to wait and see. Now, like I said, it's releasing March 20th, 2025. We'll be keeping you guys posted on that. We'll be reviewing the game, previewing the game, whatever. So yeah. Next up, CES 2025 has just kind of rolled out. We did a whole roundup video talking some of the gaming tech news that came out from that event. I'll link that in the description down below. But of course, the big thing is the new NVIDIA RTX cards, the 50 series. The 5090 is a big, crazy, beefy boy. It's going to cost freaking $2,000 or an arm and a leg. And with that, they of course did some marketing stuff to show off the graphical power. The thing that caught a lot of people's eyes is this game that is technically I believe it's like a AA game. It's getting some NVIDIA backing, but it's still from a very smaller studio. This is Black State. We've talked about this in the past. Actually, I think we were one of the first people to really show off the gameplay footage when it came out. And once again, now here we have more Black State gameplay with it running on a GeForce RTX 5090 card. This is a third-person action stealth adventure game, and yes, it looks absolutely gorgeous here. It's bananas how good looking this thing is. Everything is working here, the frame rate, obviously the resolution, but also the ray traced reflections, the lighting, the detail, everything is turned up to a bajillion here. And yes, it is very exciting. I also am very much prone to enjoying a third-person action shooter game, but my question with this one is the same thing I said last time we saw this game revealed is, does it have substance? Is it all style? Some games I feel teeter that line. We've had some success stories recently. Stellar Blade looked like it might have been all style, no substance, but after playing it, it actually has a lot of substance. So I'm hoping the same for Black State, but still I need to see more. But at the very least for now, we know that it is absolutely gorgeous. Like I said, we have a whole video rounding up CES stuff, but two things I wanted to highlight was the fact that Xbox is bringing like their whole Xbox thing and cloud gaming to LG TVs. This is significant because previously it was mostly just a Samsung deal, but as a fan of LG TVs and monitors for like my whole life now at this point, I'm glad to see this. This is a cool move, and it is once again Xbox doubling down on their getting Xbox everywhere, getting the Xbox ecosystem everywhere, including your grandma's new TV. Pop quiz hotshot, your grandma wanders into Best Buy. She has to buy a new TV. She buys an LG smart TV. She stumbles upon Xbox on her TV when she's trying to find TiVo. What is the first game she's gonna play? I don't know, I just thought that was funny. But also, speaking of Xbox, they did announce a new Xbox Direct event, a live stream video where we'll see like a showcase of new game announcement type stuff. It's gonna be looking at games that are already announced, specifically South of Midnight and also Expedition 33. Expedition 33 is something I'm very excited for. What I have seen of that game just seems like a really awesome kind of like turn-based RPG. Also, Doom, The Dark Ages, we're probably going to get a good substantial look at that now at this point because that is releasing this year, I believe. But also a mystery game. We don't know what that game is, but it's a new game from a studio, and I'm excited to see what the hell that is. Hopefully they reveal something cool. I could use some meat, you know? Now, before we keep going, let's talk about the sponsor of this video. It's 2025 now. Chances are you're doing the whole new year thing. So one of the easiest things you can change up is how you listen to things. Yes, that's right. I'm talking earbuds and I'm talking Raycon. Maybe you're working on yourself, need to clear your head. Maybe you're going back to the gym. Earbuds really can do the job, especially Raycon's newest updated everyday earbuds. Their latest model is better than ever with a 32-hour battery life, multi-point connectivity, and active noise cancellation, which is something you don't normally get at this price point, and that's the whole appeal of Raycon. They're affordable, but they give you the features you want. Me personally, for 2025, I've been exercising, but I'm trying to step it up even more, which means get even sweatier, and thankfully, these things are sweat resistant, so I always have them in my bag ready to go. And while I do love the colors, they have variety for everybody. You can express yourself even more with the protective carrying case. You can get these cool little capsule covers if you want. Check them out. So if you want to check them out and it helps the show, go to buyraycon.com/gameranx to get up to 15% off site-wide. That's right, you can get up to 15% off everything on Raycon's website when you head to buyraycon.com/gameranx. It's in the description down below if you want to check it out. That's buyraycon.com/gameranx, and big thanks to them for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to it. Also from CES, something cool, the Lenovo Legion Go S. Check this out specifically because it's not just another handheld competitor to Steam Deck. It's actually working with Valve. This is going to be the first other handheld, the first third-party device to run Steam OS. So it's going to feel like a Steam Deck, but on different hardware. This device is ever so slightly bigger. It's juiced a little bit differently. It's AMD, but it's got a little bit more power. It's going to have a Windows version like the previous Lenovo Legion stuff, but this one is going to be, the Steam OS one specifically is going to be releasing in May, starting at $500. And I just want to say that this is good because it's Valve doing what they do. Like they did it with their VR backend stuff, essentially opening it up, keeping the ecosystem open, letting other people partner up and use it. Of course, there was all the talk back in the day of Steam machines with other PC hardware manufacturers, but now here they're letting Steam OS and the Steam Deck stuff go out and flourish on other devices with no restrictions. There is also no exclusivity to the Steam Deck doing something better than the Lenovo Legion Go S will do, which I think is cool. Just that total transparency, parity, just good consumer moves. Next up, some more Nintendo Switch 2 leaks. We've been talking about this every week consistently, the amount of stuff out there from accessories manufacturers leaking what it looks like, being pretty brazen with it. There was a lot of that at CES. So at this point, honestly, you could just Google Switch 2 and really kind of see what it's like. One of the more interesting things here is a 360-degree video of it. This video, I will link the whole video and everything I talk about in the description down below. You can see that, it's pretty similar. Slight redesigns to the Joy-Cons have been the biggest talk of the town, which is now pretty much confirmed at this point. But also, in terms of game leaks, we don't have much other than a new leak suggesting that third-party studios are going to be porting things to the Switch 2. The rumor floating around, the first one was Gotham Knights from Warner Brothers. Okay, Cool. But also, Nate the Hate leaker, scooper, rumor guy has been reporting that the Final Fantasy remake games are going to be coming to Switch too, which, if true, that will be very cool. But we'll just have to wait to see where that goes. I just wanted to give a quick update on the just like deluge of Nintendo Switch 2 leaks. It's insane. I'm still curious to see, like, now we see the hardware, right? But I'm curious to see what's different with software. Where's the Nintendo gimmick? Did they change the UI completely? Is there some new fun thing added in there? Like, what's the feature? There have been rumors and rumblings about different things, none super concrete, but I'm just curious to see what the hook is other than that. It's new. Next up, some stuff I linked in the description down below, some videos and stuff to check out. The first is a gameplay deep dive for a game I'm very excited about, Atomfall. This has been on my most anticipated list. What I thought was initially going to be like BioShock / Atomic Heart in Northern England. It seems like it's a bit more in-depth, but it's really cool. It's from Rebellion, a development studio I really like. They make the Sniper Elite games. So now here you get to see a lot of exploration and gameplay, and it is very intriguing. Definitely like a cool first-person shooter survival action adventure, which is honestly my type of thing. Also, a video announcing you'll be able to check out Monster Hunter Wilds a little bit more. There's an open beta test 2 going down in February. So in the link, all the detail is there if you want to sign up, get in on that. And speaking of that, From Software announced they are doing a network test for Elden Ring Nightreign. Yes, that is the new Elden Ring kind of spin-off that you can play with friends. So there's a sign-up link. They posted it on their socials and stuff like that. That'll be linked, of course, but this is going to be going from February 14th, celebrate Valentine's Day, to February 17th. I know a lot of people are going to want to get in on this, so they are saying you got to register before January 20th to get a chance to hopefully get in. So get on that. Also, on my channel, youtube.com/Jake Baldino, I posted my top 10 games of 2024, my favorite games. I've covered a lot of games for Before You Buy on gameranx, but I finally tried to narrow it down to my top 10 of the year. A lot of games I couldn't fit on the list because frankly, I didn't finish. Final Fantasy VII Remake I didn't get to. I really liked Black Myth Wukong, but I didn't finish that. Metaphor as well, but my list still has some interesting games, some recommendations, stuff like that. Honestly, for 2024, where I did fall short is I didn't play enough indie games. Every year, I usually manage to squeeze in quite a few, but this year, I really didn't get to too many. So you bet your ass, 2025, amidst all the big other releases, I'm gonna try and highlight some smaller stuff. Also, in terms of linking cool things in the description down below, people don't read enough, I think. So I try to link interesting articles and pieces that are well written when I can. And this is an interview with Ken Levine, of course, the creator of BioShock, and working currently on Judas, talking about the game creation process, but also media as a whole. He had some pretty interesting quotes and things to say about the creation of media and essentially keeping things fresh, innovating to keep people around. He points to Marvel and how once they stopped taking risks, people started to lose interest. And he kind of related that to game development and stuff like that. It's a fascinating read. I think he's always got some pretty interesting things to say. I'm excited to see when Judas actually finally comes out. But yeah, if you want to read up on that, do your homework a little bit. Like I say, we talk about games so much, we should be well read up on them. Check that out. Oh man, and in some bummer news and some good news, kind of, the Transformers Reactivate has been canceled. Splash Damage as a studio is apparently going through some things, restructuring, changing because of how rough it is out there with all the layoffs and stuff like that. Transformers Reactivate is now canceled. This one was teased. It was announced with like a cinematic trailer. It just seemed like a Transformers multiplayer thing. But the only bright side, or also disappointing side, is we got to see what it looks like. Somebody leaked a bunch of gameplay footage of it, and it looks freaking awesome. It kind of reminds me of like the old Transformers games, like the Activision ones. Remember, like War for Cybertron, stuff like that. So yeah, what could have been, but unfortunately is not. And unfortunately, that's a downer way to end this episode. But all we can do is look to the future. So with that, I want to know what you guys think of the news going on this week. Definitely let me know what you think of AC Shadow's delay and all that hubbub, and the Lenovo Legion Go S. Anything you want, let me know in the comments. And of course, there's that pinned comment. Reply below that. Let us know what you're playing for our research. If you live on the West Coast, if you live in Los Angeles, I hope you are safe. I hope you are well. It's pretty rough out there. We're thinking of you guys here. But with that, all I can say is I'm Jake Baldino. Have a great weekend, everyone. Be safe. Pizza's on me.